Your First Money. One of my favorite books written about the topic of money is Maria Nemeth's The Energy of Money, a spiritual guide to financial and personal fulfillment. I could literally spend days talking you through the exercises and strategies she offers in her work. However, to save time and to leave you the pure enjoyment of going through the book on your own, let me simply share one eye-opening exercise. Here goes. Think back in time and answer these 3 questions. When did you first encounter the concept of money? How old were you? What were the circumstances of this incident? The results of this exercise are dependent upon the quality of your answers, so truly stop this clip right now and make sure that you jot down your thoughts. Now go ahead, share your story with another person about your first encounter with the concept of money. Here's how my story played out. I must have been 3 or 4 years old. My grandfather handed me a nickel, and back in the 60s when I grew up, penny candy was a common commodity at the neighborhood stores. So that's where we were, and there I was perched on my grandfather's shoulder, and he stood in front of 5 shelves of penny candy. "Pick out what you want," he said. So I picked out a pair of cinnamon bears, a piece of double bubble gum, 2 pixie sticks, and 2 other pieces of candy I can't even remember. The lady behind the counter put my selections into a small brown paper bag, and as she folded the top of the bag to signal that my nickel had been spent, my grandfather nudged me close to the lady and said, "Now give her your money." I handed her the nickel, and my first concept of money had just been poured like concrete into a mold. As you share your story, think about what was your first concept of money. What I learned was that I could trade money for the things I wanted. So my first encounter has informed much of my adult spending habits until I read this book. I had little thought then and since that dime store encounter with my nickel and penny candy to consider the value of what I was spending. I was simply taught that I could trade money for what I wanted. And as Maria Nemeth writes in her book, one of the purposes of being a human being is to wake up and become conscious. What she means is to wake up and really see how our past may or may not have congealed into conducting ourselves powerfully with money. What is the concept from your first encounter? How has it informed your spending up to this point? How can you be more awake in how you deal with money? Are you ready to start now? If so, I'd like to hear about it. You can find me on this blog or find me at info@soulsalt.com.